October and spawning in cities near you in the future.
Olivier, prise 2.
Premise of Minecraft experience. First thing is authenticity. Our goal is to make sure that it is truly authentic for all of you folks. The second thing is defining a new lens from which you can interact with the game, with the IP, with the brand.
This is the story of a village attacked by zombies, and it's your quest to go out and save them. We have 17-foot projection walls that we can interact with throughout, which allows us to do things like fight our mobs, chop down trees, collect those resources, everything that you do in the game, only this time you've stepped inside it. This is an experience where you're going to see, feel, and hear what it's like to be in Minecraft. The world premiere is in Dallas-Fort Worth, and then we'll see where we go. Head to the website and tell us where you want to see the Minecraft experience.
And now it's time to reveal our completely new drop, releasing in a few months. The team has been really excited about the idea of adding a new biome, and we created one with its own unique mood and identity. During daytime, it's quiet, like almost serene in the new Pale Garden. While you might feel calm walking around in this forest, there's also an eerie mood. Something isn't quite right. Then, when darkness falls, you indeed feel another side of this place. Like the hanging moss shifts from being pretty to really spooky, and you realize that you're not alone. There's something lurking in the shadows.
So everything about this biome feels unfamiliar, and this is by design. We want you to feel a bit curious and scared, like what is this place? Why is it so different from everything else? What we needed for the biome is to have like a low visibility, and we've created the pale hanging moss for this. This really inhibits like how much you can see and how far you can see, but you can still walk through it. So you're traversing through the forest and you're like trying to find everything, but you don't know what will be behind the hanging moss.
Yeah, it gives you kind of a strange feeling when you enter. It's unnaturally quiet and a feeling of something weird's going on here.
I really like the ambiance of the new biome. It invokes really those eerie and spooky feelings.
Yes, eerie indeed. And turns out there actually is something lurking in the shadows. The creaking. It's our first tree-like creature, and it's almost like it's camouflaging in the Pale Garden. And when it's dark at night, it's kind of hard to see it except those like elusive eyes.
Yeah, and it also interacts with those trees, which is super fun.
Yeah, there's a special new block that it has a connection to.
When you approach the creaking, you can actually realize that it doesn't take any damage, and when you try to hit it, it points you somewhere in the canopies. That's where basically the creaking heart is, and that's what controls the mob.
One of the main themes of the Pale Garden and its inhabitants is that there's a lot of contrast from the rest of the world. So when we made the creaking, we also wanted it to feel unfamiliar and different from other mobs, which is why we made it more asymmetric, to really go on this point of like being different from everything else.
The creaking doesn't exist on its own. It's more of like a puppet of the new block, the creaking heart.
So the creaking heart and its creaking puppet really comes with a new combat challenge or combat mechanic, both in the way that you need to destroy the heart block to actually kill the creaking, and also, of course, that the creaking only moves when you look away.
So don't blink.
I really like the sandboxiness of the Creaking Heart. So if I use Silk Touch, you obtain it, and then you can place it anywhere you want in the Minecraft world. So if you want to be as evil as the Creaking Heart itself, you can place it and make your friends really terrified.
To embrace the quietness of Minecraft, we added ambient sounds for this biome that only plays during the night, that comes from the blocks that surround you, that will make an even more creepier experience for the player. And to do that, you need to play with the silence and the contrast of the silence and the sounds. So to make creaking, I gathered a lot of creaky stuff that will make creaky sounds. Obviously, the biggest thing would be to gather wood and twigs and stuff like that, dead leaves, to get rustling and creaking. Then I also recorded salty sticks, the Swedish snack. I think it's Swedish. And one of the biggest part, actually, of the sound is my table creaking, dragging against the floor, and also a chair. I also recorded teeth. It sounds a bit like bones, maybe, when the mob is walking. So it's.
What do you mean by teeth? Oh, okay. So we wanted to make the biome very gray to give this very eerie feeling, right? And with these gray tones, a very fitting new wood set was going to be a white colored wood set. And this is something that players have wanted for a long time.
Yeah, I'm super excited for the pale oak wood set, especially that in a lot of places people paint their fences white, for example, for a white picket fence, and that will be exciting for a lot of players to actually represent themselves.
And then we also have like the hanging moss, and you can bone wheel it, so it's renewable. And so I think like just bringing it as well, and maybe put it in a greenhouse and things hang from the roof, like a wild garden, something like that will be really fun to build with it, I think.
Yeah, and it's also a really unique carpet moss because it's also spreads all over the sides of the blocks, and that's also looks really great.
We look for a lot of inspiration, so we've looked at all these kind of different forests all over the world. The tree that stood out was like the willow tree, like because it's very hanging. There's a lot of like drapery, and it feels very eerie. Then we looked at like Spanish moss. This was like the inspiration for the pale hanging moss that we've used in the biome eventually, because this gives this like drapey feeling without being willow trees, and it was a little bit more versatile and flexible to use in the biome, and could also be used as like building blocks.
We are super excited to see what you do with these new features and the new game drop.
We want to create connections between features because the Minecraft world is an ecosystem, and we really want it to feel like that. And the Creaking Heart and its puppet Creaking, it really has a new way of creating this kind of connection. So it's going to be really fun to see you all experiencing it. And it's actually coming to Snapshot's previews and betas very soon. So soon you can all try it out.
Villager number 9 here. Sorry for interrupting again, but villager number 15 and I have just escaped from the spooky forest. And I'd just like to state, like I said earlier, that I was right. There is in fact a monster in the woods that looks like wood and sounds like wood. What? That's a lie. You didn't believe that at all. Many didn't believe me. But in my heroic foray into the spooky forest, I, villager number 9, single-handedly discovered the creature that I shall now name the Crunching. It's called a Creaking. It literally just said its name. Maybe I should go into monster hunting. I'm clearly very good at it. Villager number 9, Monster Hunter. It's got a nice ring to it. Well, sorry to interrupt the show again. Now back to Minecraft.
Stick around with us for the first ever playthrough of the Pale Garden in our after show, starting in just a few moments. Our developers will take us on a deeper dive through the new game drop as we bravely explore this new biome together. These new game drops can be played in betas and snapshots soon and will release to everyone in the next few months. We hope you're as excited as us about everything happening in the world of Minecraft. Minecraft wouldn't be what it is today without all of you. From all of us at Mojang Studios, a huge thank you.
We're excited you're joining us for the after show where we're going to deep dive into the next game drop with a bunch of people from the team, like this guy right here.
Yeah, I'm Marco. I'm a gameplay engineer working on the Bedrock side of things, and yeah, I worked on this game drop.
And my name is Anna, and I'm the producer who worked on this game drop.
And I'm Jens, Chief Creative Officer here at Mojang.
Yes, and you did not work on this game drop.
I did not.
We're going to drop you into the game and then just see how you do, yes.
Looking forward to it.
So what we're going to do is we're going to jump into the game. We have a bunch of different things we're going to play through. And the first thing we're going to start with is, don't worry, the Pale Garden in the daytime. So Jens and Anna will be the first to start playing. Let's go. Okay. So far, not so pale.
Getting there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, here we are. Yeah, so you can see why it's called Pale Garden, definitely. Yeah, we wanted to go for a look which is eerie, more than spooky. We didn't want this place to be terrifying, but we wanted player to feel like there was something wrong, especially when you contrast this with other biomes like the Dark Forest, right? The Dark Forest is really similar, but like, yeah, it feels like something is wrong here. It become pale. There is all this new vegetation, so you get the contrast.
Yeah, I love how it's just all of a sudden you go from this like bright, contrasty world to like desaturated as soon as you walk in. Even the sky is like gray.
Yeah. Then there's no music. There's some eerie sounds playing. So yeah, it's really unique atmosphere.
Anna, are you bone mealing it?
I am.
Yeah, that's the pale moss. It's a new family of moss that we are adding. So we have the hanging one, but also the block, the carpet. And for these blocks, we were inspired from the Spanish moss and the white moss, and we kind of blended them into, a unique block.
I feel like builders will really like design their world in super cool ways.
Yeah, especially with the moss carpet is really fun because when you place it, it kind of gets a random configuration and creeps up to neighboring blocks up to 2 blocks tall.
It's really cool. And the new wood set, we're going to see a whole village built in it. But it's really nice to have that like white, gray color scheme. Okay, let's look at a creaking before we have to take one on because we're in creative mode. So probably a good time to see it up close. Okay. You can immediately tell how it will blend in with the trees and the biome. Since right now I'm like, wait.
Where is it?
But
yeah, like from if you're not seeing the eyes and the eyes only turn on some occasions, it's really hard to tell where it is. And imagine like this at night, you are in this forest by yourself, and you hear some noises, and then you start to see a silhouette in the distance. It's really something. It behaves a bit differently in creative mode. In mod, you can actually kill it. Instead, in survival, is because
can you spawn another one? Jens, was that you?
I think we both did.
You're like on command.
You don't have to ask us twice.
Sounds like a cue.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's really cool how not only is it tree-like, but it also has these like the legs feel like they're roots in the ground.
Yeah, and you like it's actually rooted. If you try to push it, you can't because it's rooted in the ground.
He said push, not kill. Just so we're all
making sure. So yeah, we really wanted to sell this fantasy of this thing, which is when it's connected to the creaking art, is invulnerable, and it's really part of the block. Is connected to it through roots. You can't move it.
It's pretty amazing to look at it here, and when you see the trees behind it, it just blends in so much, even with the moss.
Yeah.
Okay, Jens, are you feeling ready? Because now you're going to take one on
outside of this nice, safe Pale Garden.
Absolutely, I'll give it a try.
Okay.
I'm usually very cautious and take things very carefully, so I think this is going to be a little bit more tricky than I'm used to.
I'm not cautious at all.
Yeah,
I just risk everything all the time.
Me as well, just run straight into it and then wonder how I die.
I'm the same way. I lose my gear all the time when I'm in survival. I rage quit a lot and then I can't play for a while because, I mean, it usually has to do with lava. I don't know. It's like from the beginning, I've been a lava magnet, and I don't know. It just always happens, and I can't go back for anything. Who doesn't love a hot bath, right? Yeah, exactly. I'll try to think of it next time I die. Okay, so Jens, you're gonna go in now. You're gonna take on the creaking. The three of us are just gonna get to sit here and watch and comment on your playing.
Yes.
It won't only be the creaking, though.
No, it will be all the usual scary things you find in dark forests.
It's a cow. You know, typical. I like that it kind of came after you in like a very aggressive way. It feels like it felt different in the Pale Garden.
Yeah,
it
it's
did
the
feel
Pale Garden.
Yeah.
So let's see what will I find here.
Okay, let's see, Jens, if you can find a creaking. So
Really
far, it's very calm.
Yeah.
It is very calm.
Oh,
okay.
Oh, there it is.
There we go. Okay, here they are.
Oh, now there's two of them.
Double. Jens, you have two creaking.
Okay.
Now.
Now let's see. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. This one.
The particles are showing.
Where the creaking art is, right? So it's invulnerable, it's trying to punch it, but nothing is happening, but yeah, they...
And I fell in a hole.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
and
okay.
Now it's not looking at the creaking, so they're gonna sneak up on him.
Ow!
Oh, yes.
And you were telling me that that's pretty challenging, like the mob and the block being linked. Yeah, we haven't done anything like this before, where you can't actually hurt the mob, but you need to find a block that it's interacting with. So it was both a fun design challenge and a nice challenge for our engineers.
Oops.
Oh, yes. Jens's commentary. Oops.
Yeah, so I'm trying to... Ow.
There are... How do you have so many? Okay.
Okay, found
now I fell down in the same hole again.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out where it is.
Okay. Yeah,
there it is.
Okay. You found one.
Okay, so destroyed one.
Okay, so you destroyed one, then it's just kind of poofing away.
Okay,
yeah,
so
it falls apart.
Okay, the next one, Jens, can you use Silk Touch and actually take the creaking heart with you?
Yeah, I'll try that.
Don't fall into a hole again, Jens.
No. Yeah, it's walking backwards. It's not safest. Let's see.
Yeah,
where is it?
I mean, trying to keep eyes on it.
So now I have an axe with Silk Touch. So now I get it, and that destroys the creaking, and I get here you have it, the creaking heart.
That's amazing. Nice.
So, but it was a quite calm night. Anyway,
yeah,
we got one creeper. Oh, there we have a zombie.
It did feel more calm.
But still, trying to keep this in view while finding the heart is still... I kind of forgot that the zombie would attack me. I was like, hey, I'm looking at you.
I'm like, this is super easy. Then all of a sudden, everything is spawning at you.
Okay, so now I'm walking backwards.
I'm pretty impressed, Jens. I think you did a good job. You not only killed a creaking heart, but then you actually took one with you.
Yeah, thankfully I have. Oops,
I know the compliment.
Yes.
Didn't work.
I have iron armor, so I'm not completely unprotected. But
okay,
there's another one.
There's another one.
Okay, so where are you?
It's right there.
Ah, it's that
caught up with you because you lost track of him. Because not only are they linked, but they also have like a perimeter that they have to stay in.
They have a territory of 32 blocks. So if they get to the edge of it, they will just they won't be able to step further away because they're connected to the block. It's not like they can go wherever they want.
Right above you.
It was a bit hard to see.
It's really staying close by.
There you go.
Nice.
Okay.
All right.
That was very impressive.
Yeah, 3 creakings at
Yeah,
the same time.
three creakings. That's awesome. Okay, now we're gonna let you rest for a second after that tough experience with the creaking. How often is the team play testing as you're building out the features?
It's a continuous process, right? Because the moment you build something, then you have to play it right after, right, to check if everything is all right. But beside that, then we have more extensive play testing that is scheduled on certain phases of the development.
Yeah. But testing within the team we do almost daily. Like just loading it on someone's computer and going over there and testing.
That's awesome. Well, I mean, that's the dream, right? You just get to play Minecraft every day. Jens, you've played this before, so you've seen it. This wasn't your first creaking experience.
No, it wasn't. No, so I asked, can I have a build? And Anna provided, so I've been able to play test, and I'm really impressed. I really like it.
It's been amazing what the team has made. I think that it's always fun to see like the ideas come to life, and especially with the creaking and the creaking heart, how many different teams had to work on it with art and sound and design and gameplay. It really came together so nicely.
Thank you. We can't wait to see what players do with this when it's out, because that's the most inspiring, of course, because our players are so much more creative than we can ever be.
Yeah, we had some friends actually create some builds that we can jump into the game. So now it's going to be Jens and I playing. Woo! I'm going back to like old school days here, playing and talking at the same time. So we're in a really cool village. The idea was that they use the new wood set in all different ways. And I'm so impressed with how different everything looks.
Yeah, there are like so many different things you can do. Like the first thing that comes to mind for me is especially seeing that gazebo is like Elvish. It's there's white wood and it's really fantasy with the lanterns and everything. But there's also like more modern things you can do, right?
I love the modern, you're exactly right. It's very fantasy, but then also very modern. Anna, you told me you thought it had this like millennial gray, which I think is it is.
Exactly. I really love that for my future builds. I'm going to use it a lot. But something else I really like besides the color palette is also like the beautiful details. Like if we look at one of the doors, I have these little metal details.
It really looks, this one looks really different, and it has almost a medieval look.
Yeah.
But I guess it also depends on which build you use it on, which makes it extra cool. Oh, we have some like moss growing.
Yes, as you can see, it's really versatile, and that's a bit of extra dimension, I guess, to the builds, because it overlaps and creates interesting effects, and it's super easy to use. You just place it gets random configuration, so you get a bit of variety.
And I love this little sapling. I just want to have not even a house, just a bunch of saplings that I can look at and think are so cute.
Yeah, the shape is really something. It's like twisted and with the branches coming down.
Jens, you're going to show us a way, this was your idea, Marco, of how you might use the creakings to protect yourself and your village.
Yeah, because the creaking is kind of protecting its own forest, right? So the same way the players could use it to protect their own base by creating devices that activate and fend off enemies.
So this is a piston that's going to, because basically you can only have the creaking heart work when it's in between two pale wood blocks.
Yeah, exactly, and they need to be aligned the same direction as the creaking heart, because it's a log block with something inside, so it needs to be aligned. And once it's in the right configuration, it will activate.
Okay, are you going to activate it, Jens?
It needs to be nighttime as well.
Oh, yes. Okay, well, now it's night.
All right, we have night. Yes. So I'll pull this lever.
Okay.
And see.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, I hear it.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
This little contraption made it.
So I had other plans than like using it for protection. I was thinking of more like more scheming.
Pranking.
I love that idea too.
Okay, you're more of a pranker like me, Anna. Okay, good. I was like, oh yeah, protect the village. What about scare everyone?
Yeah.
I
So-
love how it activates too, and the color changes.
Yes. Yeah. Since it requires a configuration to work, we wanted to give the players some feedback. You're doing the right thing. Now it lights up, and then once it's night, it will actually spawn the creaking. Fun thing also is that if now you deactivate the piston, the block will the creaking guard will still stay on because there's a creaking spawned.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You see now it stays because otherwise it would be too easy, right? You just remove the log, which takes I don't know, nothing seconds if you have an axe, and then the creaking disappears. Instead, we want you to actually engage with the block and destroy it.
Okay, so once it's activated, you have to destroy it.
Yeah.
Destroy the block. You can't just destroy everything around it.
Or you wait for day, right? And then it will just deactivate and the creaking will disappear.
Can be a long wait.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I just want to say the new wood set is really nice, but also it gives a little bit of a desaturated effect. And when you're in the pale garden, everything is desaturated and the sky is desaturated. So you can also, instead of bringing the block wood type out, you can bring other wood types in and actually build something in a completely different environment that makes it feel very, very unique. I really like that.
That's a really good idea for all of our builders, which is definitely not me. Okay, now we're going to go to our very last challenge. I am definitely not doing it though.
Okay.
You said you wanted to take Jens on.
Yeah.
So we've built a full arena for the two of you, player versus player. What you're going to do is inside the arena, there's a grass side and a sand side. Marco, which one are you? Your grass?
Yeah.
Jens, your sand. In the arena, there are a bunch of creaking hearts with creaking spawning all over. You need to use Silk Touch. Take in order to win. One
Right.
thing that you'll notice is each time and then I'm going to say go. On go, you're going to run in. 3, 2, 1, go. Best of luck to both of you. Okay, first, on a creaking. In. 3, 2, get the creaking
Yes,
first.
yeah, this one was
Okay, when you get one, tell Anna, we're watching both
Okay,
here.
yes,
When you put it in the goal,
Yes.
Jens, what's happening over
I'm
there?
getting it. Oh, that is. Okay, first
Okay,
one in.
Marco, add the first one in.
But there's another one. Yes.
Jens, you got one?
That's cheating. I'm going to put it quickly.
Yes, thank you, Jens. Okay, Jens, add the first one. 1 to 1.
And then it respawn, so.
Anna, who do you think is going to take this?
Well, it's very even right now, isn't it? Marco looks like he's in a bit of a pickle.
Marco's in between cookies. Okay, the second one now, Jens has it. So Jens is now in the lead. Marco, come on.
Oh, sorry, I'm too focused. I forgot. Where are they? There were another kind of.
Wait.
Oh,
Did you get one?
Yes. Oh, here they are.
Okay, on Marco's side, there are currently 3 creaking looking at him.
Run, Marco.
Oh, yes, okay. Okay, Jens has 3. There is like just hearing all of the sounds of like the snapping and cracking. Especially after knowing from Sandra, it was like teeth and pretzel sticks.
She can really do magic with weird things.
Yes. Jens has 4. Marco, are you still at 2? Are you about to die?
Yeah,
No!
Eat something, right?
Oh no, but I guess don't eat next to it. There you have 64 chicken.
Okay.
Break. Okay.
No, it can come from behind.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Wait, Jens,
Yes.
Okay, Marco has some health coming back.
I don't know which trees I've already done. Okay, there's one, and there's the creaking, and there's one now. Let's see.
Yes, I guess 5 left.
Yes,
Oh, Jens has 5. Come on, Marco.
It's going to get harder to find the last one.
Yes, that's true. Okay, but just
Take it back,
and then eat against the don't die.
Oh, where did it go?
Basically, you're creaking everywhere now.
Yes.
Everything. When you turn around, there were like 6.
Okay, but now there's one more here. I got this far. I only remembered which one. This way.
It's like a horde of them following you.
It's nice.
What is a group of creaking called?
Okay,
You're gonna
crunch creaking. Oh, this is a problem. I have a problem. I have a problem.
What's your problem? Yes.
I'm not I can't move them.
Yes, you're actually trapped.
Yes, I can move them. Okay, pass them. Hey!
Well done. Okay, well done. Yes, well done, Marco. I mean, you know, it's hard to take on Jens. You know, I didn't even do it. I
tried.
Thank you 3 so much for playing. We're so excited for all of you to get to play this new game drop, having so much fun. You can play it in beta preview and snapshot very soon. Check Minecraft.net and all of our Minecraft socials for more fun things coming soon. But thank you so much for hanging out with us at Minecraft Live and at the after show. Bye, everyone.
Bye.